Hey everybody, this is Cindy again from So Many Quilts in So Little Time. I had posted a picture in my community tab about my sewing machine setup for quilting. So I wanted to give you a little bit of details about this. So I have a Jazz 2 that I have recently bought, and I really enjoy this machine. It has a 13-inch throat space, which is very helpful. It has the needle down position. This is a mechanical machine, so it's going to be real easy for your settings to be left the way that you like them. And I have put it on this Grace hoop frame that I have had for a few years. And so this is exactly what I had in the picture. I have not undone this quilt at all. I haven't worked on it at all. And I had bought all of this set up from a sewing machine place, and I was able to get financing for my Jazz 2, and I was able to get it at 6 months, same as cash. So if you're able to do that, and then, you're going to be able to have you a setup to where you can work. I really enjoy this. Let me try to get over here. I'm sorry I moved that. I really enjoy this. This is where you can have a pretty good range of motion with this machine. And it goes over to the side. Sometimes it'll hit these clips on the side when you have to have your tension because your quilt's not long enough to put these extra round clips over here. But you have a good sewing area that you can use, and it floats very freely on this. And I have bought accessory lights here, put them so it's easier for me to see, and I have put some additional lighting at my ceiling. This works very well. The Jazz 2 has all of the instructions for threading and doing your bobbin. It's very easy to work. Once you get your settings done and how you're going to be quilting, I try to use like a cuddle-like blanket, and I use spray adhesive. I use the June Taylor spray adhesive, and that works very well for me for getting my quilt ready to quilt. And then I have settings on my Jazz 2 that I have to kind of work through depending on if I have different thickness of my fabric or if I had gotten a different blanket to put underneath there. And I mainly do the personal size, the lap size quilts, but this works really great for that. But it can also work for larger size. All you have to do is put this back out of the way. These pop off and they pop back on. The back ones also. But you have these little hooks to wind up your extra material that you'll have as you progress down the quilt. It's just very easy to do. It does take a little bit of space. This is about 5 feet wide and about 42 inches deep. But you can store boxes under it. And so if you get this on and it's not tight enough, then you can just turn that clip that you just put on. So let me put this other clip on. And see, I got it too close. So that's what I run into a lot with this. Put that there because I don't want any tension to come up against it. And usually you have your side tensions on there before you do this. That's the last step. And then you can tighten it up. And you're ready to go. And then if this was wider, you just take it off and you'll have after you start, you'll have your needle in the needle down position. you'll have only one of these on here, which would be preferably your last one on the direction that you're moving. And then you would just unhook everything else and pull your quilt, and then re-clip it down and work again. One of the things that I had to buy for an accessory, except for lighting, was a stand for thread for whenever you need to use cones of thread. This is not made for that. And I got this. It had, I'll show you the packaging in just a second. There's room for it to sit back here on this little trolley without running in. When you set it just right, it won't run into that because you won't have enough room for it to go back there and to disturb that. But you can set your cones back there. And so I had gotten that cone stand on Amazon. And here is the packaging. It's very plain. And I wasn't sure it was going to work, but I thought I would try it. So let me show you that. Sorry, my hands are shaky. And I really enjoy this setup. I haven't been doing a lot of quilting because it's been such a strain on my back, my neck, my shoulders. And this makes it easier. You're still going to have a lot of, when you're setting it up, when you're moving it, you're still going to have a lot of activity that you have to do. So it's not going to take out everything, and it's not going to make it, totally easy. But I will say, I do like this frame. This frame is the QZone hoop frame from the Grace Company. And this part adjusts. So if I had a machine later, I think it'll take up to either a 16-inch or a 19-inch throat space machine. And it'll go all the way down to a regular home machine. But I have put my regular machine on here that had like 8.5-inch throat space. And I really like this setup much better. This doesn't have a a stitch regulator, and it doesn't have a thread cutter on it. Those are probably the two things that you're going to miss and would like to have on this. They would be very helpful. But you can get a stitch regulator to go on here. They're quite expensive. They're about as much as the machine. But if you've always been doing your quilting without one on a regular machine, then you'll still do well with this. And later on you can step up to getting a stitch regulator if you'd like it. So this is a little overview about this. I didn't really take it apart and everything. But I may, once I get this quilt done, I may come back and give you a little bit more information about the frame. And I hope this has helped you in deciding some products that will help you with getting your quilting done. Thank you for spending time with me on my channel. Thank you for being loyal to me during my absence and all the new ones that have come on. I appreciate you spending time with me, and have a good evening. Bye-bye.